All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to map out the 10 key industries that are pretty much guaranteed to define our world for the next decade. Let's get to it. Everyone's always looking for that next big thing, right? That massive wave of opportunity you can ride. But where do you even begin to look? Well, today we're not just going to give you a list. We're going on a hunt for the next gold rush by figuring out what's actually fueling it.
And this really gets to the heart of what we're doing here. This isn't about chasing hype. It's about getting down to the fundamentals. The real-world problems being solved, the big tech shifts, and frankly, where the smart money is going. We're all about the why.
Okay, first up, we're starting with the foundational tech. Think of this as the digital brains that power literally everything else. This is the invisible infrastructure of tomorrow that's being built right now. So, in this first part, we're going to look at three interconnected pillars. You've got the chips that form the bedrock, the AI that acts as the intelligence on top, and then the quantum leap that represents a whole new future for computing itself.
Let's start at the very, very bottom of the tech stack, semiconductors. You never see them, but I promise you absolutely nothing in your modern life works without them. They are the bedrock, period.
So why is this space absolutely exploding? It's classic supply and demand, really. Every single smart gadget, every electric car, and especially every single AI model is just ravenous for more powerful chips. Then you throw in all the geopolitical drama, the chip wars, and this global race for countries to make their own, and you've got a perfect storm. But the real opportunity, it's not just in building these massive multi-billion-dollar factories. It's in the specialized design, the embedded systems, and the clever, nimble innovations at the chip level that startups can absolutely own.
Okay, so, sitting right on top of that semiconductor foundation, we build the brain. And that, of course, is artificial intelligence. This is where the data gets turned into, well, magic.
Now, the reason AI is booming is kind of simple. It isn't just one industry. No, it's a new layer that's being spread over every other industry. We're talking healthcare, finance, defense, farming, you name it, AI is there. And that creates this incredible spectrum of opportunity, right? Everything from building the huge foundational models to creating super specific AI for niche fields like, say, agriculture or law.
And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi future. It is happening all around us, right now. You've definitely seen generative AI, like ChatGPT writing an email, or Sora creating a video out of thin air. You've heard about the insane demand for AI chips from companies like NVIDIA. And quietly, Edge AI is putting serious intelligence right into your phone, your car, and your smart speaker, without ever needing to connect to the cloud.
So if semiconductors are the foundation, and AI is the revolution that's happening today, then quantum computing, well, that's the next frontier. We're talking about a completely, fundamentally different way of processing information.
So what the heck is it? Let me try an analogy. Imagine a normal computer trying to find the right key on a giant keychain. It tries them one by one. A quantum computer, it kind of tries them all at the exact same time. It's built to solve problems that are basically impossible for us today, like designing new drugs molecule by molecule or creating truly unbreakable encryption.
And here's the wild part. Even though the actual quantum hardware is still mostly in labs, the industry is already on fire. Why? Because the potential is just that huge. The opportunities right now aren't in building the machines, but in creating the software, the algorithms, and the security systems for a future that is coming faster than you think.
Okay, so we've established the digital intelligence, the brains of the operation. But who cares, right? How does that actually impact our physical lives? That is the perfect question, and it pivots us right into our next group of industries.
Let's get physical. Now we're going to talk about the tech that is literally altering the world around us. Our bodies, our energy sources, our factories, and yeah, even what's happening in orbit above our heads.
First up, biotech. This is booming for a couple of huge reasons. We've got a growing and aging global population that needs better healthcare, and we have absolutely revolutionary tech like CRISPR that lets us edit genes. The real sweet spot, though, the place to watch, is where AI slams into biology. Think automating drug discovery or creating new things through synthetic biology. It's a game changer.
Next, let's talk about energy. Make no mistake, the global shift away from fossil fuels is the gold rush of our time. But it's not just about slapping up more solar panels. The real challenge and the biggest opportunity is in storing all that energy. So we're talking about massive innovation in batteries to make them cheaper, last longer, and be safer. And just as important is the software that manages all that power across entire grids and inside every single EV.
All right, robotics, and listen, if you're just picturing a giant arm welding a car frame, you're only seeing a tiny piece of the picture. The boom today is being driven by very real, very urgent economic forces, like labor shortages and this non-stop demand for more efficiency. This is opening up totally new business models like robotics as a service, and whole new fields like soft robotics for delicate tasks in surgery or food prep.
And finally, in this section, let's look up. For decades, space was basically owned by governments. Not anymore. Thanks to companies like SpaceX, it is now a commercial frontier, wide open for business. And the opportunities aren't just in building bigger rockets. They're in using the flood of data coming from thousands of new satellites, building the tough-as-nails electronics that can survive up there, and designing the robots we need to explore and build in space.
So, we've built the brains, and we've reshaped our physical world. The final piece of this puzzle is us. How does all of this fundamentally change our direct, personal interactions with technology and, with each other?
Augmented and virtual reality. You might be wondering, why now? Well, it's because the biggest tech companies in the world, we're talking Apple, Meta, you name it, are pouring billions into building the ecosystems. They're building the playground. And that creates a massive platform for everyone else to come in and build on top of. And think way beyond gaming. We're talking about training surgeons in VR or using AR on your phone to see how a new couch would look in your living room.
Then you have the Internet of Things, or IoT. The boom here is dead simple. We are putting a chip and a sensor into everything. Your home, your car, your city, your factory, they're all becoming these giant, connected, data-generating networks. And so the opportunity is huge, designing the hardware, writing the firmware that runs on it, and crucially, making sense of the absolute mountains of data that all these devices produce.
Now, all this amazing progress comes with a catch. A direct, unavoidable consequence. You have more powerful AI, you have billions more connected devices, and what does that equal? More ways for bad actors to get in. The reason cybersecurity is booming is a simple, unavoidable equation. It has to, and that creates this massive demand for people in fields like ethical hacking, threat analysis, and security automation.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, from the foundational brains to the physical world and all the way to our own personal experience. Now, let's zoom out and pull it all together.
When you look at the big picture, you can really group these 10 industries into 3 core themes. First, you've got building a smarter world, and that's all driven by data and our endless need for more computation. Second is reshaping our physical reality, which is being pushed forward by huge global challenges like energy and health. And third, redefining human experience, which is all about our need for more connectivity and the absolute necessity of security to go with it.
And so we end right back where we started, but hopefully with a brand new map. See, it's not just about spotting the next gold rush anymore. It's about finding your frontier. Looking at this landscape, at these big drivers, and all these opportunities, which one of these sparks something in you? Which one fits your skills? That's the real question to take away from all